So let's talk defense and the draft. Is there any way that the 49ers take a defensive tackle at the end of round one? They like their defensive tackles. They like them in the first round. Is there any way that they do that again if the right person drops? And if so, who do you think that might be?
Yeah, there is a possibility. And, Jordan Schultz has been doing a good job, and he always reaches out to me and sends me stuff when he's about to make a post, and I appreciate that. And one thing that he put out was the 49ers were in person just a couple days ago to watch Johnny Newton work out. Johnny Newton's a big defensive tackle out of Illinois, and he is a fun player. And there's two real defensive tackles in the first round. Johnny Newton's one of them, and then also Byron Young from Texas. Both of those guys are options if they happen to slide. These guys should be top 20 picks, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen because this is a quarterback, offensive tackle, wide receiver, and cornerback first round. They're expecting more offensive players to go in this first round than ever before. And so that means a defensive lineman could potentially fall. These guys have a lot of skills. And you might ask the question, why would the 49ers look at defensive line in the first round? Well, you want to consistently build, and they have some short-term options. I think they've got good players right now. But if you could upgrade your depth even by getting one of these guys with the way the 49ers play a full rotation, and all of a sudden Johnny Newton is playing consistent snaps for your football team, not only does that make you better this year, that will make you better next year and for years to come, where you could replace guys as they start to move on. Javon Hargrave getting older. You don't know what's going to happen with Malik Collins after this season. No guaranteed money next year. So defensive tackle is a real option, and I think the 49ers know that if somebody falls there, they're going to have to make a decision. So defensive tackle Byron Young and Johnny Newton are both guys I think the 49ers could be interested in. Both of them are very explosive. They can make things happen. They blow up double teams. Newton is a guy that's about 305 pounds, but plays like he's 335 pounds. I mean, the dude's an absolute monster. So those two guys would definitely be in play at 31 if they were available.
Yeah, Newton's the one in particular that I was thinking of because he is pretty explosive. Josh said defensive line is going to be the pick for sure. And he noted that there's not been a defensive tackle taken the past two seasons besides Kalia Davis. And, of course, Kalia Davis, we know, has been injured. He's barely played for the 49ers because of that. So if the 49ers draft an edge rusher, we talked about this just real briefly last week. If they take an edge rusher at the end of the first round, who do you think that might be? Like, are there some names that have jumped out to you, whether it's somebody that they've met with or just somebody that you really like that you think might be a good fit?
I love the top three edge rushers in this draft. Jared Verse is my favorite. Of course, I'm a Florida State fan, and he comes from Florida State, so I've watched him play a ton, but he's a mixture of speed and power. The problem is he's going to go in the top 15 picks. If he falls, I would be really shocked. I mean, the dude is a generational type talent. You have Latu out of UCLA. He's very talented, probably going in the top 20. You have also Dallas Turner going in the top 20. So those guys are probably out of the reach of the 49ers. So I don't think they're real options. So then the question is, where do you see Chop Robinson? Chop Robinson's a guy with a good first step, a guy that can get around the edge, has all the intangibles, speed, and everything that you're looking for athletically. But production-wise, 3 sacks in his senior year. Adisa Isaac on the opposite side had a lot more production. So the question is Chop Robinson really a first-round talent? I don't know if he even gets to 31 either. The way he's been moving up the board because of his athletic profile, he met with Philadelphia this week. I don't even know if he's available. So I'm not sure there's going to be a legit first-round talent available for the 49ers at 31. I think when it comes to 31, there just might not be a guy there. Now, if somebody gets within 5 spots of the 49ers, of those top 3 defensive ends, and they're available, I think you trade up and you go get one. I think that these guys are very talented, and you put them opposite of Bosa right away. They really help your defense the way you go through a rotation, but then eventually them and Bosa together, would just make a lot of sense for the 49ers. So I do like guys at the edge position in the first round. I just don't think any of the ones that are first round talents are going to be available at 31.